So where on earth have I been? Well, look, I'm back today, and today we are photographing some academy football. We're driving cross country across the South Downs towards Brighton to do Fulham away to Brighton in the Premier League Academy. So yeah, look, where have I been? I mean, look, I've been doing a lot of stuff, right? I've still been doing this. In all honesty, I've been doing this less. Photo taking, I mean, because other stuff has just kind of taken over. Not necessarily through design. I still love doing this, but you know, some of my like history sort of work has taken a lot more time, which is something I didn't think I'd say 2 years ago. I'd run a history channel as well, by the way. I can put a link in the description for that if you guys are interested in it. I know some of you guys follow me over there because I interact with you over there as well. And then my non-photo work has just been real busy. You know, I always did some non-photo work, and I still do. And some of that's got busier, and some of that's presented me with some good opportunities that I've had to pursue, which means I've had less time to do this. You know, but look, nonetheless, we're making a video today. Going to be an interesting one. Academy football is always cool. It gives you a slightly different type of photography because you have to focus on things other than just capturing the action. I want to try and get a photo of every player. I'm there working for Fulham, so I'll do the Fulham attack, both halves. So that changed it a little bit. But yeah, look, we're heading towards the Amex Elite Performance Centre, which is part of the Brighton training facilities where their academy games are played. It's actually nearer Worthing, I think, than it is Brighton, but we're heading over that way now. I guess I'll see you guys there, and I think this should be a fun video. Let's go. So here we are, guys. Welcome to Brighton training ground. Somewhere slightly different for you guys. I've got the detached mic so you can hear me from right over there. So right, what we're going to do, so I'm going to set up. So I'm setting up here because I'm halfway between the corner flag and the penalty box, roughly. In fact, I'm about 2/3 of the way across. It actually feels narrow, this pitch. Random, feels narrow. I don't know if it is. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be attacking the Fulham. I'm going to be shooting the Fulham attack, both halves. They should be attacking this way first half. They don't often change with academy, but if for some reason they do, then I'll go down the other end. So I'm going to do the Fulham attack, both halves. I probably will shoot the left wing the first half, and then I'll go directly opposite where I am now, so that then gives me the right wing the second half, so I get as many different players as I possibly can. Right, gonna set up, go shoot some warm-ups. Then we'll go from there. Let's do this. Right. I'm going to photograph some warm-ups. Now, one of the things that you guys haven't seen before is this new monopod, which is pretty good. It's like a one where you twist it and it like just loosens, and then when it's the height I want, I tighten it again. There's going to be a whole video coming on it, but I haven't had a chance to film it yet. So, right, going to do some warm-ups, which are just over here. Nothing specific on warm-ups today, just a few general shots. I'll be putting some of them in as we go, so you guys can see some of what I'm doing. Couple there. It's a real messy background because the under, so where I am, the under 16s are behind them. So you'll see when I put a couple of these photos in, it's pretty crowded, but it's right, we're working with it. Just trying to wait for my timing, really. Wait until, you know, the same rules I always say to everyone else, right? The players facing you, ball in the shot. Sometimes when it, like, I tell you what I did, let me just there you go. So I've just put a photo of just this crowded scene I'm looking at into the video now. And then you'll see what I mean. What I'm waiting for is when one of them opens up to me, so I get a cleaner shot. And as soon as I get that, then there we go. As soon as I get it, it just looks like a nicer image. So you'll see what I mean with the two that I shared, the first one and the second one, how the second one just looks nicer because the guys are facing me. I'll talk you through in a minute what I'm doing to select the images. So what I'm doing there is I'm choosing them on the back of the camera. So when I get back to my laptop, it's only going to put the ones that I want in. But I'll talk about that later when the game's ongoing. I need like one more. There we go. That's what I needed. Perfect. Nice. Right, we got some warm-ups. So see what I mean with this? You just loosen it up all the way back in. Tighten it again. Bam. Now I can just carry that back. Right, let's go. So first half, really, my goal is going to be to get some like general action shots, and by that I mean, you know, the team wants something they can use on social media that shows players from both teams, you know, the ball, basically a bit of action where they can go, hey, you know, exciting game down at Brighton today, something like that. So just some general action shots. That's really my priority to start with, along with, of course, any celebrations if there's any goals. So if we get any goals, I will try and get the celebrations straight away. Second half, I still do that stuff, but second half is more than about trying to make sure I've got photos of every player because it's an academy game. So it kind of changes a bit, you know, and the focus switches between what I would do in the first half versus the second half. My setup, I'm going to be sat right here. I'll have my 400mm on my monopod. Then on the floor to my right, I've got my 70-200, which will be just down there, so I can just reach it if I need to. My laptop is set up on top of my case to my right hand side, so I can send stuff. And that's basically how I always set up. With some games, I'll have a third camera with a real wide angle. I don't have that for this because, to be honest, I never really need it for the academy stuff because they never really run in sort of that close for celebrations because there's no crowd behind me or anything like that they're interacting with. So that tends to be my setup. Got my new monopod. I'm going to I will do a whole video about this, but this is the new one, Sirui, however you say it. It's called the Rapid System, and the thing which I really like about it is it just clicks on. So I literally just put it on, bang, that's it on there, and then I can take it off by, hang on, put it back and it comes off. The thing that's cool about that is when I put it down to, so let's say I want to briefly put it down to use my laptop. You know, you guys will be familiar with this, the challenge where then it falls, right? So I can just stick it down, bang, take it off, stick that on the floor, and then when I need it again, I pick this up, I stick that back on, and I can use it, which is one of the things which I like the best. But there'll be a full review video about it, which I'll do soon. Cool, right, let's crack on and get this first half done, and then we'll see how we go. Okay, first half done. A decent game so far, 2-0 to Fulham, so we've had 2 goals. I don't think I was filming when either of the goals went in, so you won't have seen me capturing those, but I've got the celebrations. I'll put a couple of those in here so you can see them. I've sent a couple of images. Like I said, I sent like a general action one. I sent some celebration images which went out in the first half, so I'll do another video soon again about my workflow, but there's loads of workflow videos on my channel. But basically, I'm locking images on the back of the camera, so the ones that I want. Then when I ingest into my laptop, it's only bringing in those locked images. So rather than getting the 50 images I've shot so far, it just gives me the 3 that I've locked. Then I can quickly edit those 3 and I can send those 3, and I'll come back and deal with all the rest of the images after the game, because during the game there's only a handful that I actually need to send to the guys. I'm not sending these out to like news agencies, live agencies, anything like that, because it's academy football, so you don't get image sales in that same kind of way. I'm just sending them to the media team for Fulham so they can use them in their own way, which means the amount that I have to send out during the game is heavily reduced. I'll basically send out probably 10 images max during the game, unless there's goals. I mean, if there's 10 goals, then I'll send loads more because I have celebrations from each goal. But yeah, that's about the setup. So what I'm going to do now, I've been sat just here for the first half. I'm going to move exactly opposite for the second half. So far, of course, I've got the left wing sat here, and of course, ahead of me down there, I will then be getting the right wing attacking me. So going to go down there, and it means it gives me a chance to get more players. Right, let's pack up and head down that way. Right, into the second half. So like I said, I've got the right wing coming towards me now. Let's try and get some images. Remember to get my microphone actually on so you can hear me talking as I'm doing it, which is good. I'm trying to get a few just like stock images of the players as well at the moment, which I'll put an example into the video now so you can see what I'm talking about. That's just kind of some of the shots I get. They're also in the purple kit today, which is like the third choice one, so it's good to get a few extra shots of them wearing that. Oh, Brighton nearly scored down the other end. They didn't though, so it's still 2-0 as we stand. It's tougher sometimes when there's not much action, you know, especially with these under-18s games. There's not much else to work with. I can't really get many crowd shots and stuff. I tell you what, I will say the training ground here at Brighton's lovely. It's really nice. Right, here we go. So action's underway again. I also spend a bit of time now kind of like looking around the field and thinking, oh, who have I not got many shots of so far? And I try, like this kid is on the ball now, for example. There we go. Get him again. Turn back towards me because I don't want a photo of your back. Come on, turn back towards me. Nope, he's passed the ball away. So you see some of what I'm trying to do is get photos of the players who I haven't got many photos of yet. So I find myself tracking them, even if they're away from the ball sometimes, to see what I can get to at least add some stock images. Where that gets real challenging is if there's a sub who comes on like right towards the end. It means I don't have much chance to get a photo of them, but I've got to try. Also at this stage of the second half, I'll try and make sure I got some photos of like, you know, coaches, stuff like that as well. Now, even though I want a 400mm, what I'm going to do is go into my 1.6 crop mode on my R6 so that I can see right down the field and get some photos of the goalkeeper and defenders and stuff. Like I said, at this stage, about making sure I've got some shots of everyone. Because with this, I can zoom right down the end. And again, I'll put something in so you can kind of see what I mean. So, right down the other end of the field now with a 1.6 crop on the 400mm. Means I can get right in on this goalkeeper. He's not doing much right now, but at least it lets me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so game has just finished 2-0, so both the goals came in the first half. We got all the stuff that we needed, got some good action shots, got some stock images, and of course got some general action shots. So like I said, I've probably actually sent less than 10 images, 8 maybe, because there wasn't really anything in the second half. But that gives the guys enough to do something with. They can work with that. Man, we've got a helicopter taking off behind me over there somewhere. So, you know, got all the images across that we need. Just going to get myself packed up and start heading off. I've actually got another event later. I've got basketball, Surrey 89ers this evening. That might be the next video you guys see. I'll see if I get a chance to film them over there, because those events are much busier than the football, which sometimes makes that hard to film. Look, I hope you guys enjoyed it, right? Good to be back making a video on this channel. You know, I'm sorry that you've had to wait as long as you have to see one. Look, chat to me, right? Look, chat to me in the comments. I've seen lots of people who've asked me questions lately. I get I mean, it's crazy. Like, I'm not like a big YouTuber, but it's crazy how many messages I get through stuff like Instagram. And I apologise, because I probably haven't had a chance to come back to some of you guys. I need to go back to those and check them, actually. But look, chat to me in the comments, right? Let me know if you've got any questions about anything you've seen in the video, and I'll try and come back and respond to every comment on this video, so at least you guys are getting some fair chance to ask me some questions. Cool, right. I think that about rounds us off. I can't promise you there'll be a video every week, but there will be more videos, all right? We'll be back to getting some kind of content out onto this channel. I appreciate all of you guys who've supported me on here. I really, really do. You know, that is my motivation for getting back on here and thinking, no, I'm going to get a video today, because I want to get one for the guys who have supported me on this channel. Right, guys, thank you very much for watching. I will see you on the next video.